All right, let me try and explain what this is. They have disguised this thing in a billion different ways. You see, this thing is this. Now, what is it? We know that we got a 369 here, right? Those how the stories keeps coming up. All right, I'm going to explain you why that is, at least in my opinion. When we look at this forms a triangle, right? This forms the bottom one. There's your Star of David. When we look at this symbol, it's really this forms two triangles. Now, why is the little one, why is one smaller than the bigger one? Because it has to do with one being positive and one being negative, and two, this thing, this is a pinion. This thing spins. It's really only one triangle. Okay, one side of it's one side of an object that has 3 points. So when it's up, it's positive. When it's down, it's negative. So if we were to draw it, it would look like this. It's really only one triangle. It's the illusion of two because it's spinning. So here it would be 9, positive 9, negative 6, negative 3. When it's upside down, like this, it's negative 9, positive 6, positive 3. So when we look at this, if we were to take this and fold it down, the negative 9 would be here. You'd have a positive 6 and a positive 3. The 3 and the 6 never move. So we can look here and see how they disguised it in this old picture. Here's a triangle within a circle. It's showing it. And then you've got 3 more bands or 3 more circles. Okay? So there's 3 circles. Here it is again in another picture here. It's the same thing. Okay, they can put all this Egyptian bullshit they want in there. It all comes down to this thing. Okay, that's all shit that's supposed to fucking throw you off. So let's look back at the arch and the pillars, which is this right here. Okay, remember it's got four animals. You got 4 animals here, right? This is nothing more than a cube that they disguised by flipping it upside down and giving it a broad base. If we fold that in, then we get this here. It's a cube with the 4 animals. And if we take the ark out, we get the same thing in the Muslim that you're getting in the Hebrew, that you're getting in the Mason. Okay? All of this stuff is exactly the same going across the board. I'll explain more in a second. Okay, so as we see here, we've got the 4 animals, a man, an ox, a lion, and an eagle, right? We see them here. So we see them over here as well. So you got the man, you've got the lion, you've got the ox, and you've got the eagle. These are circuits. They're freaking circuits. Here's the 6-pointed star. Now, if we were to look at this older picture, okay, here's the symbol for Saturn right here. This is positive, this is negative. If you overlap these 2 triangles, you get the Star of David. The same with this. Positive, negative, positive, negative. If we overlap that picture with this picture, look what we get. So we know that the bull and the lion are negative. In mythology, they're the negatives too. But if we notice here, you've got the symbol of Saturn, and what do we have? We have the number 21 here, which is the value number of 3. And if we look here, the value number of 3 is on the left pillar, and it represents the planet Saturn. So when we look at this, it's really this is a drawing. So this is a nanogon. On the outside, there's 9 points. You're only seeing 6. The 6 are really on the inside, but this is really 9 points on the outside, because you're really looking at this. Okay, but for right now, so the 9 is the outside. You have 6 points on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you have this character here, which has 3, but can only touch 3 points of the 6 at any one time. Okay? And so that's what's making the circuit that you're seeing in these stories, the 369. So it's 9 on the outside. It's 6 points on the inside, and it's 3 points touching at any one time, which gives you the 369 loop that we're in, that they keep talking about. The machine is busted. The arc that they keep referring to is this arc right here. Because as I said, I shall exalt myself amongst the throne of God. Here's the throne of God right here. Okay? It's busted. This line right here is broke. You see this hollow spot right here? It's broke. So, you know, the only way to connect the dead pillar with the live pillar to make this whole thing electrified again is you got to go up and over. Up and over. This, which is calling itself the throne of God. So in the Sandy Hook debacle, this is one of the little kids that supposedly died. Here's Noah's Ark of Hope. You got a positive and negative, right? Just like you do right here. Positive and a negative. The two poles. This is your pole shift. They keep talking about a pole shift. It's from this side to this side. This is a hexagon. This is this. So when we look at this, I mean, this is just, I don't know, in some city, this is showing you that the left and right pillar are the only ones that are working. This one is slightly yellow, in my opinion, because it's the transfer of energy between the two, but it's not lighting up the way it's supposed to. Okay? So you've got the red, the yellow, the red, and then you've got the zigzag. Okay? We've all been over that. Because that represents the two pillars, remember? The arms up. So this arc isn't working. So let's look at something that shows how this swing, if it really is actually working, how it would actually look. And it's very simple. We've all seen them, especially older guys have seen these. This is the inside of a barbershop pole. A barbershop pole. This guy right here. That's the inside of a barbershop pole. Okay? And what that does is that's what this is. And when it's spinning and it's working correctly, all of energy is flowing in one direction. All three pillars are working. Okay? So when we look at this, why did they make it like this? A circle with a triangle with 3 points. Because that's exactly what we have over here. And that's exactly what you have over here. And that's exactly what you have here. And that's exactly what this is, except the center pole, the middle one, which would be like the outer casing of the barbershop pole, is not working. That's what all of this is. This is really would be looking like this if it worked. And so they call it the 9-star because that's what you're looking at. You're looking exactly the same thing. So when we look at symbols like this here, this really is this. That's why they're showing that in the background. And that is really this thing. And this thing. And this thing. This is identical to this. And there's a reason for that. Because all of this scary bullshit of hiding this stuff behind the scenes is because it's fucking science. It's science. See, this is from Sandy Hook, New Jersey, New York, that got hit. This picture is showing you that here it is. The right, the left pillar, the red and the blue, and then the center pillar, and all of this burnt out around it because it ain't working. They can't get back to the center pillar. They want to, but they've assumed the role of the center pillar because they're the ones that fucked it up. They want it to work. The story of Enoch clearly states that they want it to work. But now that they fucked it up, trying to be the center pillar, now they broke it and they can't fix it. So that's what all of that was at the Super Bowl. When Beyonce's boyfriend, whoever that idiot was, when the power went out and half was black, half was white, and it said lights out. I mean, because it didn't work. It was a power shift again, and it didn't work. This is just my opinion. But I think it's interesting to note, because if you know the story, the red and the blue pillar and the third pillar that's broke, you'll keep seeing the same story in pictures and all of this supposed, ooh, scary, scary stuff that they're doing behind the scenes. Because they busted this thing a long, long time ago, and they don't know how to fucking fix it. That's why it's all burnt out around here. They failed. You're cut off because you fucked up. You ruined it for the rest of us, you assholes. So stand there and cry, you bitch. You ruined it. You cunt.